Hey YouTube. So today I want to discuss D&D and languages. So when I'm a GM and I run my campaigns, often I play them in homebrew worlds with homebrew races, and a lot of times or sometimes people come to me and want to play in these worlds. And even though I try to discuss with them the fact that they're homebrew, a lot of these players they'll set it up, or at least their friends that they want to play with them will set up their character based on what's in the handbook and not really discuss with me the homebrew aspects, even though I warn them. And then they get started and they realize when they play there's issues, there's elements that don't match up. Like for instance, they'll pick a dwarf or they'll pick a race anyways, they'll know how to speak Dwarven, but then they'll go speak to these turtle dwarves I have, and these turtle dwarves speak Fire Dwarven. So then there's issues talking to them. And at first I wasn't 100% sure what to do, but I came up with this what I think is a cool and clever idea that I have language families, language continuums, language type trees. And if you speak a Dwarven and you're only one branch away, you can speak that other language fairly well. And if you're two away, you can speak it, but there's issues. And the third one away is the furthest you can speak without becoming unable to completely understand. Unless you understand three in a family, then all the languages, no matter what, you can speak broken. And if you have five, no matter what, you can speak the second greatest level. So once you have five in a family, you don't really have to invest in the others unless for some reason you want a perfect ability to speak. And that's the kind of the way I handle it most of the time. Most of the time, though, players, just by picking Dwarven, can speak to most dwarves because most of the Dwarven languages come off of Dwarven. So there's very few that. So it's kind of confusing. But if you pick Dwarven and then that language Dwarven branched off 5 separate times, well, just by knowing Dwarven, it's still only one away in each direction. But if, for instance, they branch off to Fire Dwarven and then Turtle Dwarf, if Turtle Dwarfs had their own language, which they don't in my world, that would be the next stage away, right? That'd be the second one away. And then again break off. That would be the third. And if again fourth broke off, it'd be too far away to understand by just knowing Dwarven. Now, there's some languages that kind of end up like that in my tree, but most of the time, knowing one key language will teach you enough about all languages around it. And for instance, the only time I generally make the longer thing happen is when I did it on purpose for some reason after I've made that list. Now I try to follow my race tree because I have races that develop into other races, and I try to follow that follow the line with races as well. And I think that works out really well because that ends up getting rid of a lot of awkward situations where I have homebrew versus they don't. Anyways, I think it's a good idea. I don't know what you guys think, but that's what I did.